Hello everybody, I'm that one guy, and today, me and a clanmate of mine decided we were going to play around with a build and show it off real quick, because he told me about this build. I don't want to say he had the idea, I don't remember. Did you have the
No,
idea for it, guy? Or
original
was it
idea
someone else?
came from an animal, a friend of mine.
Yeah, um, but this is the build, just this build. These 7 mods: Condition Overload, Shattering Impact, Organ Shatter, Volcanic Edge, Blood Rush, Drifting Contact, Weeping Wounds. Now, I'm probably going to put Fury in just for the extra speed increase, just because I don't have a Hero written. Um, this build can take. We're gonna play around with level 140 something, I think.
Level 140, corrupted bombards.
Yeah. Um, so because of condition overload, uh, any status proc, they will just they start taking damage from status procs. They are automatically they take just so much more damage. It's insane. I mean, any damage type, it just destroys them. Hang on. And because of Shattering Impact, you're going to be stripping armor. Shattering Impact scales, by the way, just in case you didn't know.
Because shattering impact works from the base enemy armor rather than from their actual enemy armor. So it will scale regardless of the enemy level.
And, yes, I know I'm not doing all that much damage. Dan is probably going to do this far better than I am because he has Prisma Obex, which are actually proper fucking status weapons, but the thing is pretty much to show this will work on any weapon with impact damage.
It
Like,
was just two of us then in that time. We'd taken out 20 level 140 enemy bombards.
yeah, and that was, I don't even know, maybe a minute, maybe two. That's
Yeah.
pushing it.
Um,
I'll say you did most of the heavy lifting because you got the better weapon. I'm gonna be honest, you have the better weapon, but yeah, no, this is like when we were
the
testing
key
it out.
thing is,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, the key thing is, it's not necessarily about the weapon. Even um, with a low status weapon, we can still inflict status procs by various sources, and that's what matters. How many procs are on the enemy, because it's another multiplier going into the equation. And if you can multiply that again with crit combo multiplier and your actual combo multiplier, it all stacks up so horrifically fast. It hits harder than it looks.
Yeah,
No, not much other
um,
way we can put it.
yeah, no, like the only thing I would recommend is put this on a fast weapon like sparring or fist weapons, and you're gonna have a really good time because you'll just destroy everything. I mean, just another thing, bring a frame that can apply status procs, so Ember, Frost, Loki, Saren, just as a for instance, because since condition overload scales up the damage based on how many status procs you have, it can do a lot of damage very quickly. And make sure to have at least one dual stat on.
Even the numbers that we see when we're attacking don't seem to match up with the amount of damage that's being done to the enemy.
Yeah,
Um, we're only seeing hundreds, a few hundreds, maybe the odd occasional thousand.
I got
Um,
26,000 something on an orange crit finisher.
all right. Yeah,
Like that's
but
pushing it.
it's a corrupt
Like
level 140 corrupted bombard should be able to take that kind of punishment. Maybe not on a finisher because of the bypass armor and everything, but
yeah, but this is an insane build. You just if you haven't done it before, go ahead try it out in the simulacrum because this build just it works. There's no other way to put it. It works. My guess would be it's mostly because of condition overload, but I doubt weeping wounds and
it's
blood rush
yeah, like we say,
help matters.
it's the multipliers from condition overload stacking up with the critical multiplier from using blood rush and body count or drifting contact, and then that again stacking up with the actual combo counter in your melee combo counter. It's sort of, instead of sitting there and thinking you need to mod for your damage numbers, you sort of got to try and sit there and think that you're modding for your multipliers instead.
It is a very weird concept to grasp after so long having to mod for just damage numbers, but once you get into the mindset of building for the multipliers instead, it kind of becomes a lot faster and easier to do. The only real thing I would say about this is this might not be a build for everyone because it does require you to get your multiplier, your combos up really quickly. You need to get up to 2.5 within. Well, you'll get up to 2.5 fairly quickly, but you need to get up to 2.5 fairly quickly as well. Otherwise, it's just not going to work as effectively. And you also need to be able to maintain that. Like, let me reiterate, these are level 140 corrupted bombards. These are like the toughest unit in the game, if not one of the toughest.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we're going through them. I'm doing it with a shitty Hirudo build. Well, with shitty Hirudo. Hirudo are not that great, if you ask me. And, well, Dan over there is using a proper.
The Obex build.
Yeah, he's using the fucking Obex, which just makes me feel even more like. But yeah, this is what this build can do, and this isn't even like most people would look at this build and say it's shit, but it's not. Like, you can see the results. It just does. We don't know how, it just does. Well, we do know how. It's condition overload, but it just does. Anyways, this is why condition overload is now the big thing. So, anyways, final thing to say.
I'd just like to go back over.
Yeah, go
Like I
ahead.
say, it's all about the status procs. Make sure you get as many status effects stacking up. So check your weapons have got one type of element on. Check all the different weapons. Check your Warframe's able to apply a different element. Check your Sentinel weapons. Make sure you're using something that can inflict a reasonable rate of status. And just so you know, if you use the Stinger, then that Sentinel weapon can actually inflict automatic toxin procs. They won't do much damage, but you don't need them to. It's just the number of procs that's going to be affecting condition overload.
What? It doesn't matter. For one thing, it doesn't matter how much damage the procs are doing. It doesn't matter what type of proc it is. It could be fucking magnetic for all it mattered, but it would still be contributing quite a bit to this kind of damage. Like, this is. I'd say it's mostly because of Shattering Impact, stripping all the armor down, and then Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds and all those kind of contribute in as well. But essentially, when you're using this build, bring a Warframe. Sorry, it's fine. Essentially, when you're using this build, bring a Warframe that can proc status. For instance, Saren, Loki, Ember, Frost, and just go to town on the level 140s, who would more often than not probably give you trouble because of all the armor. Like, to reiterate, this is not that good of a build. This is, well, it's not what most people would consider that good of a build, but it's just, you can see the results. It is just insane. Like, it just kills everything in its path, and it just leaves no fucking survivors behind. Anyways, I suppose that'll be it for this video. I I'd like to thank Dan for showing up and helping me out with this video. And as always, thanks for watching. And if you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe.